Hello, everyone. And first of all, my name is Andrea Winn, who, for those who have not met me before, and I come from a background of dealing with trauma, dealing with cults. I myself was brought up in a Tibetan Buddhist cult in the United States, and I had to do a phenomenal amount of healing in order to come through that in a place of wholeness and integrity and to be able to offer something to others. And that included doing a master's of education in counseling psychology, where I focused all of my coursework on trauma healing because I really needed to understand how to bring about trauma healing. So what I would like to talk about today was inspired by a Marine who posted on one of my videos from last week. Um, and basically, he said that he was going to be serving Trump and he was going to be supporting Trump and he was going to be protecting Trump because he was elected by the US people, and so therefore it was his duty to do that. So I would like to talk a little bit about what really came up for me was the work of Judith Herman, who was really one of the people at the forefront in terms of academically and in a very real way being able to look at what trauma is and what is required for trauma healing. Her seminal text is called Trauma and Recovery. And unfortunately, all of my books are in storage right now, so I wasn't able to pull out my copy in order to bring the exact quote to you. It's been a number of years since I've read it, but there, basically, the book, she looked at war veterans who had experienced PTSD and battered women who had experienced PTSD. So that's where the research for that first seminal book came from. And I really vividly remember this story that she shared of a soldier that she had worked with, and he had been well, he must have been a Marine because he was serving on a boat. So I think this is why, the Marine that jumped in with our community posts, really why this came to mind. This Marine had experienced very severe PTSD. He had been serving on a large military boat in northern waters that were frigidly cold. And I can't remember what happened to the boat, but the boat, it sank. And so the protocol was that all of the officers would go into the lifeboats, and so that left all of the ordinary Marines to have to fall into the frigid waters. So helicopters came to rescue the men, and I'm feeling deep sadness as I share this story. So, military protocol was that you rescue all of the um, all of the officers first. So that meant that all of the officers who were safely in the life rafts, they were rescued first, while the ordinary Marines were in the water and dying because of how cold the waters were. So this is a case where, and I think it happens a lot, the military is structured with rules that in order to be a good soldier, you follow the rules. So they followed the rules, and a lot of good men, and perhaps women, they died because they followed these rules that made no sense in that context. They rescued the officers who were safely out of the water in lifeboats, while the ordinary Marines were in the water dying. Obviously, the helicopter should have been rescuing the men who were in the waters first. Get them out, get as many as you possibly can out, rescue them, then pick up the officers. So, this man that Judith Herman had worked with, he experienced PTSD from watching and hearing so many men dying all around him while this craziness was happening of following orders. So, this Marine who posted under one of my videos last week, this attitude, this conditioning to follow orders no matter what happens. My challenge to you, every single person listening to this video, is to look within yourself and you find what parts of you are operating like that Marine. What parts of you are operating in a mechanical way of following certain rules, no matter what's going on around. This time of Trump in presidency, it is a time when all of us are needing to deeply look within and to really sift through and to find the ways where we have been clamped in, cramped down, hiding our light, keeping ourselves like a little walnut inside of a shell. Him coming into the presidency, it's signaling the time when we need to, first of all, develop a softness in ourselves so that we can develop that warmth within ourselves to begin to open up that shell and to come out and to be who you were meant to be in this lifetime. So my challenge to you is, where in you are you being like the Marines? Where are you just following certain protocols? They might be protocols that you were socialized with. They might be protocols that you created when you went through some trauma previously and you just decided, based on what you experienced, you are never going to do this again. Like a simple example, a woman is walking through a park at night and is sexually assaulted. And so from that, she decides she will never walk through that park again, or she will never walk at night again. All of us, when we go through something big, could be a divorce, it could be anything. When we go through something big, it can be a natural thing to come up with personal rules. I will never go there again. And it's these personal rules that they close us into a box. And these are the shells. These are the shells that either we grew up with or that we created ourselves, that are these locked in patterns for security and safety, like the Marines. This is a time for us to create this softness and this warmth within ourselves so that we can actually look at these hardnesses, these rules, these regulations that we have put on ourselves, and to begin to loosen and release them. Because for us to manifest our beauty in this world, for us to manifest our leadership for this world, we're going to have to melt through these rigid ways of doing things. And I feel like I've done so much work in this area that I have a lot to offer in how to create that melting process. So this is not about just having a meltdown and, just letting everything go. It's not that at all. But there are some skillful ways of bringing warmth and the right kind of safety for the little seeds within us to be able to emerge and for us to be, the beautiful flowers that we were meant to be on this world, populating this whole world with beautiful flowers. That's the vision of where we are going to. So I am offering a free program on March the 2nd, Warriors of Peace Training 101. And I'll be sure to include a link below this video. It would be lovely for you to come. live. And if you can't come live, I will be recording it. So if you register, you'll get the recording as well. And this is an opportunity for us to look at how to develop that ability to be able to soften and at the same time develop a good sense of discipline so that we are able to manifest who we really are in this world. So this was a challenging video to make. Uh, that story that was really brought to mind by the Marine who happened upon our community is powerful. I'm really glad that he posted. I'm glad that he came by. I hope he'll come by again. And yeah, what I shared here today was very deep and powerful. You might want to listen to this again when you're going maybe for a nice walk by a lake or something like that. This is one that could use some reflection on it because really I am calling you to explore making some changes within yourself and within your life so that you can become a softer, more human person with yourself and with the people in your life. So I hope that you will receive my message with the love that I am giving it. And I love you all.